Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the WTF podcast. I'm Mike, that's Sam. I'm not even going to bore you with an intro. We're really pissed off right now. The Seahawks just got done getting their absolute ass handed to them by the hands of Kirk Cousins, which is a sentence I never thought I'd say personally in my life. Maybe we're living in some weird, bizarro universe, but they lost 30-17 today, fall to 1-2 on the season. The Seahawks have a losing record. Seattle Seahawks have a losing record as of right now. So we're just going to go through the game. There's not going to be much structure to this video. It's going to be more of a rant. So Sam, I know you're absolutely seething right now, so I'll let you take the first hit at the piñata. What do you got?
Mike, you're absolutely correct. I'm seething. I'm very angry. I'm not even sad. Usually when the Seahawks lose, I'm sad. I'm just pissed off.
Yeah, I'm pissed. Yeah.
At this game. This game, we got shut out in the second half. We had 50 yards in the second half. It's literally an exact copy of what we saw last week.
It's the same shit. And it's the same thing. We couldn't stop the run. I'm talking about wide open receivers. Wide open.
Yeah. Kirk Cousins throws the ball to Justin Jefferson, a Pro Bowl wide receiver. Yeah. And he's standing with no one within 5 yards of him. I'm
going to just get this out of the way because I know we're going to talk about it later. What the fuck is Trey Flowers doing in the game? Genuine question.
He lines up and he doesn't move from that spot. He lines up, they snap the ball, he just stands there.
I'm not joking. I'm not making fun. We make fun of guys. We make jokes all the time. I am not joking. Legitimately help me understand why he's on the field. Why? He's not good. He's
I don't know, man.
Downright atrocious. And I really don't have words to comprehend how he's on the field. So that's number one. Trey Flowers, get him out of the fucking game, please.
We traded for Sidney Jones for a reason.
So why have we not played Sidney Jones? Why?
Baffling.
Why?
It was baffling to not see Sidney Jones even sniff the field today.
Okay, there were plays where Justin Jefferson, I remember the comeback in the first half specifically. Trey Flowers kept with them. Jefferson planted his foot and turned backwards. Trey Flowers looked like he just got spun around 15 times. He was, huh? And then
he kept running.
He kept running. The comeback route, he kept running. And then there was 15 yards of space between him and Justin Jefferson. What the fuck, man?
It's baffling. Today, like we said, I say we should go by position. We should start at quarterback and end on special teams. Let's just talk about it right now. We're going to rant about every position, and then we're probably going to end the video, realistically.
Russ was fine.
He was fine. He was
really good in the first half, and then
passable. He played like an average starting quarterback today. And for most teams would be great, we have an average starting quarterback. But for the Seahawks, when we have Russell Wilson, it's no.
I don't blame
Russ is playing like an average starting quarterback.
I don't blame this on him. The first half, he was awesome. I just blame it on. He barely was on the field in the second half. You know what I mean? And the offensive line.
But that's also his fault. There was drives where three and out.
True.
Punt.
The miss to Freddie Swain was bad. That was definitely on him. But I would say I wouldn't put much of this on him. Is what I'm saying. Russell Wilson was fine. The offensive line was weird. They were good in the first half, and then the second half they just we ran the ball.
Jamarco Jones had an upset stomach and couldn't play.
Dude, I'm pussy. I'm sorry. Dude,
Dwayne Brown did not look good.
No,
the inside looked fairly okay. It looked fairly okay from when I was watching the game. I watched NFL Red Zone, which is a gift from God.
Yeah.
So on plays where I was watching the game, the inside was fine. Damian Lewis held his own.
They ran the ball well in the first half. They just gave up on the run because their defense couldn't stop shit, so they had to score really fast. But they ran the ball well. I'll give them that.
Which is literally the opposite of what we need to do in that situation. Try to at least early in the third, in the third quarter at least. If anything, try to establish the run. Because when you go 3 and out with 3 incompletions and that takes off 35 seconds, your defense is going to be gassed.
Yeah.
So you can't just send them out there and just and just expect that 3-and-out after 3 incompletions to 15 seconds off the clock.
In terms of the wide receivers, I think DK played good, but he kind of disappeared. He kind of just left the game.
Well, I mean, DK had a pretty good game.
Not that he
DK
left,
had a pretty good game.
He was just kind of a non-factor in the second half, and then he got hurt. I hope he's okay. I'm not sure what the update on that is. Tyler Lockett was good.
DK had a pretty good game. Tyler was just kind of silent, exactly like we said in our pregame preview. We said that DK's probably going to have a big game. Tyler's probably going to have a quiet game because they're going to work on shutting down Tyler.
Yeah.
And it was like exactly that way. DK had like 100 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, he had, I think, 100. I think it was like 105. I'll look it up right now to confirm, but it was definitely
he had like
over
105 and a touchdown.
I think it was definitely over.
He had a pretty good game. Yeah. He had a pretty good game. Tyler was pretty quiet. The slot receivers were just like not there.
Freddie had a couple nice plays and then just dipped, really.
Gerald Everett was fine. Will Disley had a nice play.
Yeah. Disley's got a nice stuff.
Running back room, I can't really say much besides Travis Homer getting in the game on 3rd and 15 and then running a screen to him.
Okay, that's going to just lead to my next topic. Shane Waldron, dog, what are you smoking? What are you smoking? Literally, what are you smoking? The play calling in the first half was good. The second half, what the fuck are you doing, man?
I also imagine, I imagine Pete was in his ear most of that second half, saying, just throw the screen. I imagine that Pete was in his ear saying a lot of the things that he was doing, because Pete Carroll, like with any other OC under Pete Carroll, we saw this with Shoddy. Shoddy did it. I don't really vividly remember if Daryl Bevell did it or not. But either way, like we know that Shoddy did like that white flag screen pass type thing on 3rd down a good amount.
I just don't understand. You have Russell Wilson. Why do you run a fucking screen pass to your
take
third?
A chance. Let's take a chance.
Exactly.
Like, take a shot.
I don't know, man.
But offense was okay.
Offense was good in the first half, and
second half was abysmal. We didn't adjust. They did. Yeah. They got way more pressure in the second half than they did in the first half.
Oh yeah, no. The offensive line, especially the tackles, were bad in the second half. They were bad.
Can't really blame Jamarco Jones and especially Jake Curran. You can't really blame Jake Curran. He's a UDFA who's 3rd string right tackle.
Yeah.
And had to step in because Jamarco Jones got a lumpy tummy. No,
what's the matter?
Listen,
it makes me so upset. Unless he was literally like pregnant.
If he's like puking and shit on the field, fine. Yeah. That's one thing. Like if you have like a stomach bug, fine. You can sit out. But like if you have like bad nachos the day before and they're sitting with you, like
you play,
step
bro.
in the game.
There's players that are shitting their pants before on the field.
Bro, like take some Pepto and get out on that field.
Take some Pepto, get your ass on the field. So what a great way. Defensively,
I mean defense. Let's dive right on in.
We're gonna save the DBs. We're gonna just put in that.
Yeah, DBs is his own section. D-line was fine.
The D-line was below average, not atrocious.
Not good. I don't take back the word fine. It was pretty bad. The pass rush was bad.
Where the fuck is Carlos Dunlap? Where is he? I haven't seen him. Is he on the Seahawks still? I haven't seen him do anything this first 3 weeks of the season.
There had to be something that happened in camp or something.
He is a non-factor. I'm watching him. The 2 players I watch on pass rush stats, I watch Daryl Taylor, I watch Carlos Dunlap. Neither of them, or Daryl Taylor did stuff.
Daryl Taylor had a strip sack today.
A little too late, I suppose, but I'll give.
But no. I mean, Daryl Taylor had a pretty clutch strip sack.
Yeah. I'll give. Okay,
he did. I mean, it made the game. What 24-17? That was no. The strip sack was the one where they kicked the second field goal to make it 27-17. That was the one.
I'll give him
still,
that.
I mean that's a clutch play from Daryl Taylor because realistically, if he doesn't make that play, Kirk Cousins escapes the pocket and then the entire play.
Yeah, he throws it up and there's a wide open receiver wherever Trey Flowers was supposed to be. I'm not even gonna blame Daryl Taylor. I was just saying that's the 2 as I watch. Carlos Dunlap. Where is he? What is he doing? What's going on? I have no idea. Alt Robinson looked like he got a little pressure. Sorry.
Yeah, Alt Robinson. I didn't really see much of him.
Mm-mm.
Once again, I have Red Zone, so I don't really see the games, but I get live updates, and I also like watch highlights and stuff, and eventually I'll check over every once in a while. So I do know what happens, and I know just by looking at stats and by stuff like that what happened on that day. So yeah, the linebackers, Jordan Brooks.
He did not have a good game.
He had a bad game,
and he got hurt.
He had a bad game.
And he got hurt.
Well, he just got bad cramps.
Yeah, that's what I heard. So that's good. The
Bad
stretcher,
cramps.
when they pulled out the stretcher, I was like, oh fuck. But it was just bad cramps.
I was like, we finally get a semi-decent first-round pick, and then they're just gonna take him away from us.
Seriously, yeah.
Come on.
Bobby was good. Bobby's always good though. Bobby's good.
Bobby's always good. Cody Barton,
good.
I don't really know what
Cody
happened.
Barton was meh. Jamal, again, I don't like the way they're using Jamal. He's a non-factor in these games, man.
Yeah, like they bring a blitz that like everybody knows is going to be a blitz.
They're not even using him creatively. You know what I mean? It's like Jamal. I don't know.
They bring him up over the line and they have him run straight into the guard.
Yeah, when he's like this over the line of scrimmage, what do you think he's doing? When he's like this, what do you think he's doing?
Like no,
they got to be more creative.
But like Jamal Adams in coverage this year has been legitimately fine. He's been good. Match him up versus a tight end, which is like what he does best. It's like his bread and butter. He's like the tight end kryptonite. So just line him up versus like Tyler Conklin or whoever they had dusting our DBs out there.
That's the other thing. The two biggest things that piss me off about our defense: Trey Flowers should not even be on the team, let alone.
Like we said, we'll save DBs. We'll save DBs for later. Let's not dive too far. I have another thing that I want to talk about before we get.
This is a problem we had last year, and then they played well in the second half. We forgot about it for a while. Ken Norton Jr. is a dipshit. He's a dipshit.
Dude, there's a play. This leads into what I want to talk about. I want to talk about play calling and how bad it was today. On the first touchdown, we had just had a really, really nice, rare opening drive touchdown.
Yeah.
Like we get the ball first, we drive down the field, and we score a touchdown. That's rare for the Seahawks, but it happened. So I'm like, oh, this is good. The Vikings are driving, but it gets down to a 3rd and 13. I think no. This might have been the second touchdown. I don't remember.
What are you talking about?
One that Quandre got flagged on. This was the touchdown that Quandre got flagged on. Was that the first or second one?
I think that was the first one.
I think that was the first one, right?
Yeah.
Just had a really nice opening drive. They're driving, but it's like 3rd and 13 from the 15. I'm like, oh, nice. Awesome. Let's go. We run a blitz of 8 people in the box on a 3rd and 13, where if we get a stop, we likely have a 4-point lead. Explain to me, what's the thought process here? It's not that we need to back them up. It's 3rd and 13. Maybe if it's like 3rd and 1. Yards. Maybe if it's like 3rd and 1, fine. Blitz. Because, even if they score a touchdown, you're like, well, it was from like the 3-yard line. It's 3rd and 1. Okay, fine. Awesome. But it's 3rd and 13. Yeah. We had 3 people line up in the secondary. It was
just appalled.
DJ Reed, Trey Flowers, and Quandre Diggs. No, duh. They're going to throw it to multi-time Pro Bowl receiver Adam Thielen in single coverage in the end zone because we only have 3 goddamn people in the secondary, and the blitz wasn't even good. They shut it down. They shut down the blitz.
Yeah. No, and here's another thing I'll say. That was a terrible call. Don't get me wrong. The other problem with Ken Norton Jr. is that he does not understand how to fucking adjust to a screen pass. They ran that same screen probably 7 times, and they got 10 yards minimum every single time.
How the KJ back?
How the fuck do you not know how to stop a screen pass?
You tell the goddamn D lineman and the linebackers to follow the guards, and if the guards don't block anyone and release, maybe that should set off a little dinger in your mind that, this might be a screen pass. Trust me, I'm an old lineman. They literally tell you, whenever you run a screen, don't engage and get outside. That's literally what they teach you. So if you see the guards fire off the line and not touch anyone, maybe it should be like a little thing in here that it's going to be a screen because they did the same play like 5 times. And every time it was like one guy with 2 blockers and a running back. One guy on defense with 2 blockers and a running back.
Yeah. The other thing is, we literally said this. We literally said verbatim, do not run man coverage. We said that in our preview. Do not run man coverage. Why the fuck did we run so much man coverage?
We're not even a man coverage team.
We're not. First of all, we're not. Even if we were, when you're going up against 2 Pro Bowl wide receivers, you don't run man coverage unless you have Stephon Gilmore, Jalen Ramsey. We don't have anywhere near those guys. Jalen Ramsey has more talent in his what? What?
You want to hear a interesting quote that just came out from Brady Henderson? He just tweeted it.
Oh God.
Interesting comments from Trey Flowers on Seattle's pass defense. He says, quote, "It's a schematic thing, I feel like. I have my own questions to ask."
So you're telling me
Henderson goes on to say, said there's some confusion among guys on how to defend certain routes. It's going to be an easy fix once we all get on the same page. So basically, Trey Flowers is saying, no. It's not me playing.
It's them.
It's not me running.
Yeah.
It's not me running 10 yards down the field on a freaking curl route. No.
It's the coach.
It's the coaching that's bad. And sure, the coaching was bad, but it's not the scheme. Like, don't blame the scheme.
DJ Reed did.
If you're a coach, you can blame the scheme because you changed the scheme. Right. If you're a player, no matter what, unless you're Russell Wilson or Bobby Wagner, who are experienced vets, you have no reason to be criticizing the scheme after the game in the media. Maybe if you want to go over to the coaches and say, the scheme was bad today, coach, I feel like, and then they can go, okay, I appreciate that feedback. Yep. But in the media, you can't be walking out and saying, hey, I feel like the scheme was bad today.
You can't do that.
Mike, you're a Bears fan. What if Kendall Vildor came out and said, I think that the scheme is bad?
You know who should come out and say the scheme is bad? Justin Fields, first of all. He should say that.
Yeah.
Maybe get some blocks. Right. But no, Kendall, yeah. Why do both of my teams just have ass corners? Jalen Johnson, the exception. Why do my teams just have ass corners? Right?
Like, listen. Speaking of corners, let's move on to DBs. Let's get this out of the way. Ugo Amadi, maybe his worst career game.
That was, okay, the worst play he had wasn't even like a missed coverage, which he had plenty. By the way, that third down where Kirk is just fading away like that, and Ugo just got I don't want to talk about that. Worst play that he had was, I believe it was the end of first half. Yeah, it was like around 2 minutes. Kirk Cousins gets sacked on like 3rd and 10. I'm like, yeah, let's go. What? Ugo gets flagged for holding. Is holding number 17. The play's not even near him. Why the fuck are you holding? It's no.
And then they drive down and score a touchdown.
And then they drive down and score a touchdown.
It would have been a 3 and out.
You want to give the ball back? I mean, and Russ, and they went in the first half, the offense was hot. So that's maybe a 14.
Fun fact. Since that holding call, we didn't score.
That's maybe a 14-point swing right there, because if they don't score and we score, we lost by 13. I'm just saying. Maybe not, again, I'm not blaming the whole game.
If they don't score, we get the ball back with like 5 minutes left.
We get the ball back with I think it was like 4.5, all 3 timeouts. You're telling me Russ doesn't go down that field and score? So,
or at least get a field goal, or at least get in field goal range.
Ugo,
it would have been a 20-7 game rather than a 17-14 game, even if we got a field goal.
Right. So our DBs today were dog shit awful.
God awful. DJ Reed was bad.
Our play calling.
He was our best corner, and he was bad.
Yeah, he was bad. Which is
the moment that I felt like was really telling was Quandre Diggs actively on the field, yelling at the corners. Like it's like pre-play, and Quandre Diggs is like, "What are you guys doing?
Please
just cover." Like it was insane to watch that. This is one of those games that we're going to look back on the end of the year, and we're either going to say that was the day, that was the breaking point, that was the day that we broke, or that's the day that we realized we had a problem, we fixed our shit, and we played the rest of the season fine. There's only one way. Speaking of the rest of the season, it's going to get into our last thing.
Yeah.
I want to break down what this could mean for the Seahawks, like in the long run, because
Man,
the 49ers are playing right now.
Game.
The 49ers are playing right now. If they win this game, every team in the NFC West will be 3-0 and we'll be 1-2.
We're 2 games back in week 3. That's disgusting.
Number 2. Number 2. Our next 4 games.
Oh my God.
Are 49ers, Rams, Pittsburgh, and Saints.
So
if we lose all 4 of those games,
we're done.
We'll be 1-6.
Okay, we won't. No matter what, we're not losing all 4 of those games. Russ has never lost.
Who says? I honestly, after today, I think we're even with the Steelers. I really think we are. I
can't. Nah, not the Steelers, man. Steelers lost to the Bengals. No, we're not the Steelers.
The Vikings lost to the Bengals.
The Bengals whooped the Steelers, though. That's the thing. Bengals whooped them.
But they also didn't have TJ Watt. They weren't at full strength today.
Yeah, that's true. That is.
We weren't missing any stars, and we lost to the Vikings, who didn't have Dalvin Cook.
Yeah, that's true. Very true.
The Bengals beat the Vikings when they had Dalvin Cook. We lost by double digits when they didn't have Dalvin Cook.
By the way, I'm not saying this because I'm salty. Alexander Madison is a very good running back. He's a legit starter in this league.
He'll probably go somewhere sometime, and he'll go crazy.
He should really leave in free agency and go start somewhere.
Yeah, because listen, right. I'll say that. So, pretty much, what this game could mean is that this could literally spell the end to the Seahawks season, in the grand scheme of things, because we could either be 2-5 at the worst, which is bad, but 1-6.
If we lose more than,
it's inescapable. It's an inescapable deficit.
Realistically, we can't afford to lose 6 games this season, and we've already lost 2. And I know it's early.
In the first 3 games.
It's early. It is early. It is early.
Meaning that we have 14 games left. We can only afford to lose 4 of those.
Listen, it is early.
At the max.
We're absolutely correct. But you can't just give away 2 games like that. You can't, especially in the NFC West. If this was 5 years
games that you had double-digit leads in at one point.
Oh my God, you want to think about that?
Like if you lose 2 games, if you lose 2 games to the Rams and the 49ers back-to-back weeks, I'm like, okay,
yeah,
it's the Rams and the 49ers. They're talented. They have good coaches. Awesome. When you lose to the Titans when you're up 24 to 6, was it?
24-9, yeah.
24-9, and then when you lose to the Vikings when you're 17-7, it's just ugly.
Yeah. Well, I think we've ranted.
Well, I got hang on, Mike.
Oh,
I
he's not done.
More to say.
He's not done.
I got something else to say real fast. Watching this game today, it put this thought of realism into my mind that this could be, and if we continue at this rate, this will be Russ's last season as a Seahawk.
Nah.
If we continue at this rate.
We won't continue at this rate. We won't. Okay, that's a little too far, I'll be honest. That's a little too far. If we do exactly what we're doing for the rest of the season, maybe, but we're not. We'll pick it up somehow.
What if we're 1-6?
If we're 1-6, then shit.
Then that's the breaking point. That's when we're 1-6. That's when we hear reports about, oh, Russ said this about the coaching staff to family and friends or something like that.
Yeah,
that's when we'll hear the reports about that.
That is. We won't be 1-6 though. We won't be.
It's a real fear though. Like for the first time in a while, I'm having like serious fear of the Seahawks actually like being bad. Like I never had to like fear it before, but now it's a little bit more real.
Yeah.
When you're sitting here and you're like, you're 1-2, you have a really tough stretch of games coming up.
And the defense has been awful. The thing is, especially with the 49ers next week, is we can't stop the run to save our fucking lives. That's all they do. They run the ball.
Yeah, that's all they do. In week 1, we were praising the run game. We're like, oh my God, we shut down Jonathan Taylor, which to the defense's credit, we did. We shut down Jonathan Taylor.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah, like all of a sudden, like our confidence was broken. Like listen to the stretch of games we have coming up. 49ers, tough game. Rams,
really tough game.
Really tough game. Watching today, the Rams are significantly, like very noticeable margin better than us.
Well, not even us. They're significantly better than the reigning Super Bowl champs.
They beat the reigning Super Bowl champs by 10.
And 17, let's be honest. That was a garbage time touchdown that they got.
Yeah, they got like a trash time touchdown. Yeah, we're not going to beat the Rams.
I would at this point kind of doubt it.
Steelers. Yeah, maybe. We'll
we have a shot.
We have a shot. Let's see if the team picks it up. Saints. It depends what kind of Jameis Winston shows up. If good Jameis Winston
every other
shows
week
up,
thing, I guess.
I say we lose. If good Jameis Winston shows up, but Jaguars, there's no reason that we should lose the Jaguars.
We lose to the Jaguars. Delete the franchise. We
should just quit. Then we have Packers in Lambeau. Cardinals visiting.
The thing is, we're 1-2, and we have 6 division games left. Oh,
at Washington, not awful, but
their defense isn't good this year. They suck. Their defense sucks right now.
49ers visit, and then we go to Texans, and then we go to the Rams, then Bears, Lions, Cardinals.
I don't want to get too dramatic, but we gotta pick our shit up. We definitely
we gotta pick it up. I mean, realistically, looking at the schedule, there's like for what I would call at this point in the season, looking at how the teams are doing, I would say we have 3 automatic. We have just about 4 what should be automatic wins in the Jags, Bears, Lions, and Texans. Those should be automatic. So those should be no question. Show up, whoop, and leave.
Yeah.
After that, every other game's like it's either or. Which means that so now we're at 5 wins. If we only win half of the how many games did we say that are like 50-50? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If we win 5 of those, we'd be 11-6. Right?
Yeah. Sam, last thing. Let's end it right here. On a scale of how are you pressing the panic button on the whole season yet?
Not the whole season. But you know how like most big red buttons have like a cover over it that you have to take off before you press it?
That's what I was going to say too.
I've lifted the cover.
Yep.
And if we lose the next 2 games, because then
week
Russ
1
will probably leave.
Week 1 it was like it's in the drawer. Week 2 it's like okay, I'm taking it out.
Week 1 it's like what's even a panic button?
Yeah, what is a panic button? Week 2 it's like okay, I'm taking it out of the drawer. This week
week 2 it's like we know that it exists.
I'm gonna get it ready just in case.
Week 3 we found out what room button's in.
Yeah. And we got the access codes.
It's like when you just it's like you know how like most like big red buttons are on like a ship or something, and they're like press the big red button and it like hits like a huge torpedo or something like that, right? Like we just became the captain of a new ship.
Yeah, we did.
On the first day, let's pretend that the days are weeks. On the first day, you show up, everything's perfect. Great, awesome. Second day starts off great, and then, there's a flood in the boiler room. Easy fix. Just clean it up. But now we know that, but then we heard rumors of, do you want to press the panic button? Do you want to press the SOS button? Like, wait, there's an SOS button? And then, today, they were like, oh yeah, the SOS button, it's in that room. It's right there. It's right there. If you want to go press it. It's right behind me. Next week, we'll find out if we want to open it or not. And then the next week after that will be the, do we press it?
Yeah.
That's the question. So we appreciate you guys for watching. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. We will see you guys next time. Peace out.